as we roll through the show here tonight, we do have a special guest for our news segment, and this is one of the ex-women. By ex-women, that's kind of a term that Al and I have dubbed for the women who used to be members of Scientology. Mm-hmm. Her name is Satay, and she also now goes by her real name, Colleen, as well, which is a big step because when people are in Scientology, they deal with a lot of crap afterwards and sometimes want to stay anonymous. But she had an announcement. A man named Mark Plummer, I guess, has done a great deal for people getting out of Scientology, and she had that and a couple of other news items, and I told her she gets 5 minutes. So what I'm going to do is just give her the floor, and then you and I can pop in with a question if we need, okay?
Yeah, sure.
Hi, you guys. Really wonderful to be here with you guys on the show.
Well, hi.
Well, thank you.
Glad to have you back.
Thanks, Al. Good to hear from you.
So you poor girl.
Okay. I'd love to tell you guys about Mark Plummer. He's a stellar human being. It's hard to say enough about this good man in a short amount of time, but he is the kind of hero many of us hope to emulate. He's strong, compassionate, and helpful to all and sundry. He easily has done 25,000 hours of volunteer work exposing the cult of Scientology. He's gone to hell and back, being overtly or covertly hassled by the Osagoons, those are the Church of Scientology attackers. And he's been continuing to stick his neck out and do work for other people during this whole time. He did all of this while thousands of ex-Scientologists were too terrified to say boo about the cult, and he does need our help right now at this pivotal point in his life. He's been really ill, he needs some surgery, and his bills are stacked against him. Here are just a few of the stellar things that he has done. Did you want to say something, Al, before I talk about the things that he's done?
No. Just go right ahead. The floor is, as they say, yours.
Okay, thank you. He's assisted several individuals during litigation involving Scientology with FactNet subject matter. He was an expert to attorney Dan Leopold, and he prepared an affidavit in November of '98, the Lisa McPherson civil suit. Mark provided assistance to Kenan Dandar, and that was in '97, and that continued for several years. He gave subject matter expert assistance to Zenon Panousis and Karen Spank in their lawsuit against the RTC. That's under Scientology, of course. Lawrence Wallersheim, he worked on a special project with him, and he provided support. Mark prepared a declaration for use by Jerry Armstrong. I mean, these are all heavyweight names. Assisted numerous individuals in the litigation involving Scientology, including Arnie Lerma, Grady Ward, and Keith Henson, and he assisted dozens of individuals seeking refunds or repayments from Scientology. He created the very first Jerry Armstrong archive, and he provided evidence and scans documenting fraudulent claims made by L. Ron Hubbard. That's very important stuff. He also assisted documenting the horrible treatment and abuses of children in Scientology's C organization, and he's picketed so many times at the different orgs is just too many times to count. As a member of something called the Rabbit Hunters from 1998 to 99, he tracked the Scientology sporgers that were bombing a critic website called Alt Religion Scientology. From 1996 on, he posted over 3,500 educational writings to Alt Religion Scientology. He's participated. Amazing, huh? He's participated.
Well, has
in
he been harassed? We kind of have to move along with some of this, but has he been harassed with because of his work? By the OSA people and some.
Of course.
Boy.
Well,
what can people do to help him? And maybe we could post something, with a list of all of these, because I think some of the names are over some of our heads of some of this.
Sure. Sure. A lot of people will recognize the heavyweight names, and I was right at the end of that, pretty much at the end of that list, that he has a GoFundMe link that's on his website, and the website is called theoutpost.us. It's a one-click payment to help him avert this financial disaster. Of all the people I've ever known, he's absolutely one of the most deserving of a hand up, and he wants nothing more than to go back to work and continue taking care of his family. A lot of those things I mentioned are on the website with tons of links for all this stuff that was written up and the things that he's done, including affidavits and everything. And then I have world news. You want to hear a few juicy offerings?
Yeah, we definitely, and you're on your way to Paris.
Yeah, and I'm also going to go to Ireland, and I'm going to see John Atacks when I'm in England. It's really fantastic. It's going to be a fantastic trip. So
wow,
that's
good for you.
So, and I'll be doing some video and some audio, of course, while I'm over there. And some Narconon news. Mary McConnell, she has a website, Reaching for the Tipping Point. She says there's been about 10 cases that have been filed in the last few months against Narconon, and a total of about 50 lawsuits since 2007. David Love, our beloved David Love, he's the Narconon exposer extraordinaire, says his book is coming out soon, and it's called Roller Coaster Out of Hell. It's a rock'em sock'em tell-all about the relationship between Narconon and the Church of Scientology. And then, on another note, after a short hiatus caused by the dark side taking down his sites, Robert Robinson is back, and he's fighting harder than ever. He's expanding the fight to include all abusive cults. You can now go to his new site at worldcultwatch.org and get caught up. He says, please feel free to leave comments as it helps him to develop better articles. This is powerful and hard-hitting work. Coming soon is a large expose on the Mormon Church, which includes scientific repudiation of the basic Mormon claims, and the DNA evidence is irrefutable. Leila Wells, she was with the NOI, and she had started a work on Farrakhan. She was working on a project about his life story when she found out about his marriage to COS, which goes back 30 to 35 years, by the way. Her first book is out now, and it's called Farrakhan the Movie, because it's a book that reads like a movie. And she's currently working on a second one specifically about this scary marriage that is, in my personal opinion, one made in hell. The last thing I wanted to tell you about is John Atacks. He's one of the old school critics. He has revised his book, and it's now out and available. It's called Let's Sell These People a Piece of Blue Sky. This is what he wrote to me recently. All of this, 60 passages, had to be paraphrased, which means that the most damning statements, almost all by Hubbard himself, have now been put back in the book where they should have always been. And on another interesting note, he thought I might like to tell you guys that Scientology's irrevocable scripture on Christianity is that it is an implant and that Jesus never existed, and you have to get to their upper levels called OT3 to find that out. CAPTA, that's KHAPTA, that's a world-renowned expert on terrorism, integrated John's book into her approach when she read it years ago, because she saw that the Scientologist is behaviorally a close relative of the terrorist. Isn't that amazing?
Oh, my. Wow.
Really
well,
amazing.
That's some pretty big stuff that's happening then. Jeez. Well, I look forward to seeing some of those books, and we've got some more guests on hold here. So, did you want to say anything else, Colleen, or?
Very, very briefly, in Belgium, there is a big law case right now, and that's really super, super good. It's for extortion, fraud, illegal practice of medicine. And then France and Germany have declared the Church of Scientology to be a cult, and the Church of Scientology was charged 600,000 euros in the law case that they lost against France. So this is all good news.
Wow. Well, good wrap-up on everything, Colleen. What's the website again to help Mark Plummer?
So his website is wait, let me look at that again. That's what did I say? It's the Outlook. Is that what I said? Did either of you guys write that down?
No, I've got like all these messages coming in and everything, so all my hands are full. All three hands.
Okay, it's the outpost.us.
Okay, excellent. So,
I think we have a leak on your side already for his...
yeah, there's some kind of... There was some loud, like, squeak noise. But anyway, Colleen, have a wonderful trip to Europe, and thank you so much for filling us in on everything.
Thank you, guys, and it was just really good to talk to you again. I'll talk to you soon.
All right. Thanks again. Bye-bye.
All right.